It's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. What's poppin'? Welcome to the next episode of Let It Flow. I got a special guest with me, Konfuzion Hoops. What's good, bro?
What's up, my boy? You good?
Hell yeah, how you doing, bro?
I'm blessed, bro. I can't complain, man. I'm happy to be here, bro.
For sure, I appreciate you coming.
Come on. You already know.
Facts. Yeah. So tell me this. Who is Konfuzion?
Konfuzion, man. I'm known as the top celebrity basketball game player in the world. There's nobody better than me. I feel like. I mean, humbly saying, I'd have been in games with Drake, Cardi B, Lil Baby, Snoop Dogg, The Baby, Kendall Jenner, James Harden, pretty much anybody you can think of. I think I'd have been in games with him. So, including 50 Cent. You were there when I first met you, man. Tycoon Weekend. Paige Hurd was there. Fat Joe, you know what I'm saying? So it was crazy in there. You see
that shit was fun. I ain't gonna lie. That whole weekend was crazy.
It was, bro. We had the dumbest weekend ever at the hotel. It was
dumbest weekend. To have the whole entire hotel just do what you want. You could just be smoking a blunt in the room in the lobby.
Crazy.
Everybody you could think of was there.
All the parties at the hotel, you didn't have to go nowhere. So if you got drunk, you got fucked up, you can just go right back up to your room and you cool. Right. Or like it was that weekend. That shit was crazy. Bro.
That shit was crazy.
It was crazy.
That was definitely one of the latest weekends I ever had.
Yeah, most definitely on my life. That I didn't even go to All-Star Weekend that year because I feel like that was All-Star Weekend.
It was.
It was crazy. So
facts.
Like my room was down the hall from Nelly's.
Crazy.
Allen Iverson and like all them.
Damn.
Neo was there. It was, dog, that shit was crazy, bro.
Crazy. The Baby, Migos.
Yeah, everybody was there.
Everybody.
2 Chainz.
Yep, 2 Chainz.
That was the last time we seen Takeoff too.
Takeoff was actually the fact that Takeoff was there.
So yeah, I was in the section like chilling with Takeoff and like the Baby and all them like under that little canopy.
Yeah,
they had.
Yo, it was hot as shit in that section.
Hot as fuck, but it was cool.
It was worth it.
It was worth it. Most definitely worth it. Most definitely.
For sure. Hell yeah. So where'd you get your name, Konfuzion?
So I got the name Konfuzion, man. I made 2 dudes like fall in one play, bro. Like I was hooping. I think we was at the Fondy. We was playing in the Pro-Am. And they always got a dude there like with the microphone on and shit. You know, always talking shit, hyping up the game. So I was just trying to make a name, you know what I'm saying? This was before like I actually built my name. So I made these 2 dudes, man, fall in one play, and the dude on the mic was like, damn, bro, I'm gonna just call you Konfuzion because you got handles. Like I really never seen nobody dribble a ball like that. So I just took the name and like ran with it.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's what's up. 2 dudes in one play.
Yeah, cooking.
Damn.
Kyrie type shit. Going crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I don't know if I've ever seen a play like that before.
I mean, how it happened, bro, I think I went behind the back on one play. One dude, he fell one way, and then like another dude was coming to help him, and like I crossed him over, and like it was just off the baseline. And usually like I like getting moves off the baseline because it's like another defender there, so it's kind of like I'm leaning one way, and I'm doing something else to not step out of bounds. So it's kind of like I really got my handles on a yo-yo on that baseline. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Don't fuck with me on the baseline. Crazy.
So when did you start playing basketball?
From a kid, I think I picked up a ball. I was like 7 years old. I grew up in a small town, Hitchcock, Texas. So, man, the people that live down the street from me, I mean, they seen something in me that like I didn't even see in myself as far as like me being good at basketball. So, I picked the basketball up, started playing when I was 7. And then, I mean, shit, I just took it, man, and really just like ran with it. Football was really my thing though in high school. I wasn't even really tapped into basketball in high school.
Really?
Nah, it was more so football. But
what position?
Wide receiver.
Mm.
I was really good. I went to college football, went to Texas Southern University, and I got to football practice the first day. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I quit. Like, I can't do this shit no more, bro. Like, I was too burnt out. Like, the school I went to in high school, Lamarck, shit, we known for state championships and stuff like that. So it was more like I was playing college football when I was in high school. So it's like I already lived it already. So I just wanted to go to college, man, and just holler at some chicks. You know what I'm saying? Just do my thing on campus, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I need a fucking break. You know what I'm saying? So when I got to college, I was like, man, I can't do this shit. I'm done. So the coaches was like, man, what you gonna do? Like, you ain't gonna be shit, this and that. And the
Your
third.
first practice?
Yeah, it was like I was done. I was lining up for a route. And I was like, man, I can't do this shit no more. Like, I'm done. I was like, just catch me in the gym hooping in like 2 weeks. I'm about to get back on this basketball shit. Because it's like, that's where my heart was. But I was good at football. It was like I used it to like get to where I needed to go. So once I got back in the gym, I started working on my game. It was just like, man, I'm going to do something with this shit. So,
right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Do me a favor, turn that mic a little more towards you.
This way.
You could twist it like this. Yeah, there you go. Boom. There you go. Perfect. So, what players inspired you? Like, what basketball players inspired you to take it seriously?
Growing up, the players that really inspired me, of course, I mean, shit, Kobe,
Right.
Mike, Allen Iverson was really the guy that I really admired the most. I mean, because we're the same height, you know what I'm saying, playing damn near the same position. He was really that dude that really, like, pioneered the league. Like, old school guys like Rod Strickland. I got to give big props to Rod Strickland. He was Kyrie before Kyrie. A lot of dudes don't know about Rod Strickland, but he was fucking tough. World Be Free, old school cat. He was really good. Alex English, he was really good back in the day. Chauncey Billups, I had always watched Chauncey game because he was real good coming off like pick and roll. Shit, those are really like the guys like I really like watched and like paid attention to. I was like, yeah, these motherfuckers can hoop. And of course, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, he was a bad motherfucker. He was Steph Curry before Steph, so he just really know how to shoot the ball and like get his shit off. So I really rock with Mahmoud game. He was tough.
And what position you play?
Point guard. I'm more of like a two guard and a point guard because I can shoot. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you leave me open or like. I'm knocking it down. I can really like come off the ball, but I'm more so like, let me get in my handle mode. You know what I'm saying? And like set people up to like get in position and actually score too. So yeah, both.
And I'm trying to remember. Did y'all win the game at the Tycoon?
Nah, we fucking lost. We fucking lost. Fat Joe, man, he was talking so much shit.
He was before
he
the
was
game.
Talking big shit, bro. But he was like, "Yeah, we got y'all fucking ass." I'm like, "Bro, chill out." You know what I'm saying? But it was cool. He had like some 6'7" dude. He was blocking everything, bro. I was like, damn, I'm trying to go up and like get my shit off, and he's swatting everything. I was like, damn. But they had a little squad over there. They had damn, who did they have on their team? A Boogie was on their team.
Mm-hmm.
They had Tobias. Shout out to my big brother Tobias Tate. He was on their team. He had like 25. Who's the dude from that group, man? That singing group, I forget. He wasn't nothing. I think Bobby Valentino.
Oh yeah,
Bobby V was
he was.
over there.
Mm-hmm.
They had a little squad on them, man. I was like, damn, these motherfuckers like they really hooping. But we had a squad too, and you know, I don't know how we didn't pull off that game. Like I don't know. Like we was just really on some chill shit.
Right. I mean, it'd be like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was a lot of partying going on, but
Too much,
all around that time.
Shit, we had T.J. Ford, Rashard Lewis, Vince Young. Shit.
Right.
Man, we had a squad. I'm like, shit, ain't no way like we shouldn't win this game. You know what I'm saying? We had a squad. We had a dope squad.
And sometimes it'd be like that when you know you're supposed to win,
Yeah.
and then you just like, man, I gotta go all in.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
going
like,
in.
It's like we just gonna use our name to like beat them, and they came out. They was like really Fat Joe had their ass ready. Like, damn.
Amped them up.
Yeah, most definitely.
They had something to prove.
Yeah, man. But we gotta run the shit back though.
For sure.
We gotta run it back. We gotta run it back.
So, in your opinion, like, what was the greatest basketball team in history?
Probably was it the 95 Bulls or 99 Bulls? That team that won 72-10?
Yeah.
That was probably the best team assembled. Like winning 72 games in an 82 game season that's fucking unheard of. So that was probably like the best team like assembled. And I was like, damn. So
I agree.
I would say them.
Yeah,
definitely.
no doubt.
You agree? Same team?
No, I agree, definitely.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
Look at you, my vibe. Yes, sir.
I mean, there's always a lot of debate, like, about, like, LeBron and Jordan, like, who's the best? I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
I mean, fuck, ain't nobody like Jordan, dog.
Right.
I mean, his shoes are still selling like crack.
Mm-hmm.
His moves were just different. Jordan was just a pure dog. LeBron, same way, but I feel like LeBron just don't have that Mike in him. Mike was just he was a hard motherfucker to play with. You know what I mean? He gonna get the best out of you. But I just really feel like Jordan was just, I was just like, damn, like he doing shit I ain't never seen before, like as far as like basketball. He pioneered the game before social media.
Right.
He didn't need social media, you know what I'm saying, to be like
to drive his fame.
One of the most iconic faces known in history. You know what I'm saying? So it's Michael Jackson first, and then Michael Jordan has the most iconic face ever known. So that right there, I mean, it should tell you a lot. You know what I'm saying? But LeBron, you know, it'll never be another LeBron either. But I just don't feel like nobody's like Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike was just different.
Because even though there were so many good teams back then, I feel like one thing that LeBron had to deal with now is like these people creating these super teams.
Right.
Like and sometimes it's good because like you got these teams of like all these players, but then you can't it's like you can't have, there's only, how do they say, too many Chiefs, not enough Indians.
Right.
Everybody wants to run the shit, you know, or get the highest scores, so get the highest stats.
Right.
But so I don't think Jordan had to deal with that. You know, like they were doing that, of course, but like I don't know if they're doing it at the level now. They're like, we need 5 stars.
Right.
Every team.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like the switching teams and shit, like the shit KD did. We was talking about this earlier. I don't like him going to the Warriors and going win 2. You know, do you validate those 2 championships he got with Steph, Clay, Draymond? It's just like, bro, you had Russell Westbrook and you didn't win a chip in OKC. It's like, it's kind of tough. It's like, do I validate these championships that you have? And it's kind of like, nah. Because, I mean, everybody looking at KD like he's really not a champion. He don't get the credit that he deserves as far as like being a champion. You know what I'm saying? Like working hard for the shit. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you were able to win, you won. I mean, even if you switch teams, you know,
I mean,
because LeBron switched teams a lot. You know,
I mean, shit, he teamed up with Wade, Bosh, Ray Allen. I mean, he had to go to Miami and go get him one.
Exactly.
And then go back to Cleveland and like get another one. But I mean,
right.
I feel the same way because the NBA is so different these days. It's like everybody's buddy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like how it used to be, to where it's just like, I see you and be like, man, shit, they go Phlo. Like, man, I hate that motherfucker. Like, he play for the Pistons. I play for the Bulls. Like,
real rivals.
We hate each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the Lakers and Celtics, like how they used to be when Bird and like Magic and were going against each other. Like, they were cool, but it's like,
on that court,
I can't see fucking Magic Johnson going to the Celtics and going being on their team. Like, that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It just don't look right with him being in a Celtic uniform.
It seemed like back then, like people didn't change teams until like the end, like after they've been there for so many years, like the end of their career. They're like, all right, I'm gonna switch over.
Just trying to
keep it rolling.
All right, I'll just go play for the Pistons because I'm gonna get a check. You know,
exactly.
A check. I may can get a couple of minutes in or something like that, but it's like, I'm helping these young guys develop to become, you know what I'm saying, like who they're supposed to be and like teach them like the ropes and shit of like the NBA and like how it's supposed to go.
Right, just like how Jordan went to the Wizards.
Yeah, just like how he went to the Wizards and he became the owner. So he kind of learned a lot of bit, you know what I'm saying, like as he went on in his career.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts. So what would you say is like a healthy like diet regimen for like a basketball player coming up?
Healthy diet?
Yeah, as far as eating and stuff.
Fruits. Really just... I mean, when you're young, of course, I mean, your metabolism is running like crazy, you know what I'm saying? But make sure you get your fruits and your nutrients and stuff like that. I mean, that's the super important thing, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you get like a nice little detox. I mean, if you're young, those are most definitely the most important things as far as like your diet. And make sure you know what I'm saying, you check all your vitals, make sure you're good. You know what I mean? You don't want to be out on the court and you got complications, you know what I'm saying, because you didn't go get checked out or you didn't see that you had this or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of young kids, man, just really don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying, like with their body. So I see a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying, like passing out and shit, and you know what I'm saying, like they're not getting what they need as far as like what they body require, you know, so Yeah, just make sure you know what I'm saying, like you good as far as like health wise. But of course, like a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, you know what I'm saying? Find the vegetables that, you know what I'm saying, that you like and that's good for you and go from there.
So okay, yeah. So what fruits do you eat? Like, so do you suggest?
Man, shit. I eat all type of fruits, man. I eat watermelon, of course. I'm black as you know what I mean. Shit, gotta have the watermelon, my boy.
Watermelon's good as fuck.
Gotta have the watermelon, the peaches, the pears, apples, grapes. Of course, grapes is like all time high. That's like one of my favorite. The grapes is cool. Those are pretty much like the main ones for sure.
So what about meat? Do we eat a lot of meat?
I don't do beef. Or like I kind of laid off the beef, you know what I'm saying, and like I've watched my body like trim up a lot, you know what I'm saying, like I've kind of laid off the beef, so I'm more into like turkey, chicken, and I'll grab a steak, of course, and eat a steak, you know what I'm saying. Of course, everybody need a steak every blue moon, but yeah, I kind of stay away from like beef hamburgers and like beef patties. Like it's got to be like turkey, you know what I'm saying. I even make spaghetti now with like turkey meat, you know what I'm saying. So turkey is the one.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't eat any red meat. It's been about 5 years since I've ate red meat.
How you feel about it?
I feel fine, dog. I haven't even made a steak or nothing. I used to love steak.
Man, steaks be hitting, dog.
I mean, it was my girl who got me into it. That was her diet, and you know, we moved in together. She's like, "We ain't eating no red meat in here." I'm like, and she ain't forced me to it, but you know, the way she got me is she made some spaghetti with vegetarian meat, but she didn't tell me it was vegetarian meat. She just made it. And I just ate it. I'm like, she's like, hey, what do you think? I'm like, oh, it's good. It's good as fuck. You know what I'm saying? She's like, there's no meat in it. And I realized it's vegetarian meat. I've actually cooked it myself for at least 5 or 10 people and did the same thing, and nobody can tell the difference.
For real?
The vegetarian meat's pretty good, bro. You cook it the same way.
I'm about to tap into that.
Yeah, you get like
put me on something.
Yeah, every HEB, any store, you just go to the vegetarian frozen area, and they got like, it's called beef crumbles or meat crumbles or something. You can make tacos with it, spaghetti, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to look out.
Yeah, that red meat does weigh you down, bro.
Man, it does.
I mean, and not against anybody. Like, some people eat it, they like it. Hey, do what you do. But me personally, I just feel like, especially pork.
Yeah.
Because I mean, them pigs will eat anything. Like, you could take you could kill somebody,
right,
put a dead body in front of them pigs, and they will eat that shit. Up.
Yep.
And then they slaughter the pig, and then you eat it. They'll eat their own shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. If they hungry enough, yeah, they will. Most definitely. For
sure. You know what's crazy? I heard that pigs, like the same pigs you see at the farm, if they get loose, like they just get out the fence and they run away, within like a couple months, they will turn into like a boar. They will grow the horns and turn into the same boars that are out in the wild.
That's crazy.
They become feral, and they just like transform.
Like it's nothing.
Like it's nothing, which is weird. I thought there were 2 different types of pigs. There was like Pumbaa from Lion King, and then pig.
Yeah, it's kind of, ones that are inside, you know what I'm saying? And then once they're out in the wild, they adapt to, you know what I'm saying, that shit that's trying to attack them. You know what I'm
they have to be able to defend themselves.
They most definitely do.
So that's what it is.
Yeah.
In the farm, they don't need it.
Yeah.
As soon as they get out there, their body just shifts. They're like, survival mode.
They're fed, they're taken care of in the farm. When they're out there, it's like they're in survival mode. So that's
because they're dangerous. Them boars will fuck you up.
Man, I seen this boar hit this dude on the bike. I was like, God damn, like
he ran into a dude on a bike.
He just smacked him. I was like, shit.
And what? Dude fell off his bike.
Did he fall? Yeah. He fell like a motherfucker. I was like, damn, like that shit's crazy.
Yo, I went hunting once, and like I was this spot where like you can go hunting, and then they'll like let the boars out. Right. You know, like it's like they're wild, but they're like in a. It's like you're hunting, but like they control the animals type of thing. It's kind of weird. It's kind of expensive too. Right. But them boars, like 5 of them started coming at us, and they started rushing us. And we both had an AR, so I'm just started shooting them. Them bitches just kept running. I'm like, yo, fuck this shit. Like them bitches. Yeah, one of them was like 300 pounds, bro.
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Them boars. Yeah, I ain't fucking with no boar. I'm good. Them horns too, man. Them horns is crazy.
For real.
Yeah, them horns is crazy.
I heard they can kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, if one pierce you hard enough, you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Cook. You're going to be cooked.
They're going to be cooking your ass.
They're going to cook your ass. That's
Eat you for dinner. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Because after they get you on the ground, you're in their world now.
Nah, you done. You done.
I don't know how you're going to fight it.
If they smell blood, you done.
You're done.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So tell me about a game where, like, it was end of the game, 2 seconds left, you got the ball, clutch shot.
Oh, man. I've had a couple of those, but if it's a close game, and let's say I'm down 2 or some shit like that, I tell all young kids this, man. Just drive to the goal. Force the referee to make a decision on the game. You know, like if you down 2 and I mean, unless you down 3 and you just need a 3 and you just pull a shot. I mean, it's like you hit or miss with that. You know what I'm saying? As long as you get a good shot off, a couple of seconds left on the clock or whatever. How many seconds we talking? 2?
Shit, 2 seconds.
2 seconds, you down 2. I'm going for the win. Fuck it. I'm going for the 3 ball. Of course, everybody gonna be playing it, but if it just depends on what the defense is giving you. Now you see a lot of coaches and shit. You'll see how the play's drawn up, and then they'll see what defense the opposing team is in, and then they'll reconstruct a different play like around that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like if you see a lot of days, you'll see everybody on the court, and it's kind of like, oh shit, I see what they about to run. Like timeout, they'll call it. They hurry up and call a timeout. So, I think it's more so if you down 2, go for the 3 with 2 seconds left. Like try to get that
Try to
shit
win
off.
it.
You know what I'm saying? But if you down 1, I mean shit, bro. You draw that motherfucker to the goal. Force the referee to make a call. Try to get to the free throw line and like win it there. You know what I'm saying? Like it gives your team a chance. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people, like, if you down 1, just drive. If you down 2 and it's 2 seconds left or some shit like that, like you said, I'm shooting that 3. I'm trying to get the hell up out of here.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because that's your shot. Like, once you get into overtime, you never know what's going to happen.
And if you're confident to shoot that shit, I mean, why not?
Right.
Yeah, shoot it.
Go for it.
You might as well.
Facts.
Yeah.
So I know you play with a lot of celebrities. Mm-hmm. Tell me about a couple times where you were just dominating the celebrity in the court.
Everybody always bring up the clip of me like crossing over 21 Savage. It's like
21 Savage?
Yeah, it's like my most viral clip. Like,
ooh,
we were playing the Luda Day, like Luda Day game, and like before Luda Day, we were warming up and shit before the game. We was on the same team, but
oh, you and 21 were?
Yeah, but you know how you warming up. So, Kevon Looney was in this game. Jaylen Brown, Taurean Prince from the Lakers was in this shit. Quinn Cook was in there. Tank was playing. Jamie Foxx was our coach. Rotimi was playing. It was fucking nuts. John Wall was there. Young Dolph was there, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, I got some pics with Dolph from that game in Atlanta. We was playing at Morehouse. It was fucking nuts. But that was probably my most memorable clip. That one. And then I forgot who.
How it went though? I ain't seen the clip. I got to see it.
It was crazy. I gotta show it to you, bro. It was nuts. Like it was nuts. I was dribbling the ball in front of him. I was kind of like seeing how he was playing me. He like stepped up, and when he stepped up, he reached this way for the ball, and I like crossed him behind the back, and so his foot just like stumbled. It's just like he was about to like break his leg. Ooh. I was like, oh shit. So I drove to the goal and he recovered. I mean, he fouled the shit out of me. I was like, damn, like how this motherfucker get back here so fast? Like he quick. I was like, shit, I ain't know he was that fast. But I was like, damn. That moment, and then the game I did with Snoop Dogg, the celebrity game we did during Super Bowl here in Houston. Fucking Ja Rule was guarding me, and I was baking his ass. Ooh. He was just like, bro, I can't. He was like, I can't do nothing with you. Like, I got a pic of him. Like, he was like leaning on me, just like sweating. But I was deep frying Ja Rule and them, like cooking their ass.
Damn,
like, cooking them. So those are probably like my two. I was just like, yeah, I'm in my bag moment, like for sure.
Hell yeah.
But that Ja Rule shit was fire though. It was fire. Like we became cool after that and shit. He was like, I'm gonna follow you on Instagram, keep in touch, and like he kept his word.
Yeah, that's got to be dope to meet so many celebrities and play with them and shit like that. Show them your skills.
It's most definitely the life, man. It's like I created a lane, you know what I'm saying, like for other people too to like show them, you know what I'm saying. It's like I think anybody that can take some shit and like build it and grow it, I think that's like the dopest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? Like you took something that wasn't even there or like originated and it's like you made it something, you know what I'm saying? I think that's like the best shit like you can do, like period. So it's kind of like I just carved my own lane, bro, and just took it and just ran with it.
You basically manifested it, bro.
Yeah, manifested it for sure.
Facts.
Sure.
I definitely live by. You can see on my shirt, manifest. This is actually my clothing line.
Oh, word?
I'm saying, definitely bigger than manifest shit.
Get me one.
Hell yeah.
I'm hooping that shit for sure.
For sure. Hell yeah. I'm gonna get you one.
No doubt.
So I heard before the podcast, I heard you mention like the business of basketball.
Right.
Tell me more about that.
I mean, just be careful who you work with. You know what I mean? Like, just be careful of the people you try to help. You know what I'm saying? People may come to you like with a good heart, and then in the end they have like ulterior motives. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got to be careful with like the business side of like who you working with. Like last year, I learned a valuable lesson. Like fucking with somebody, you know what I'm saying, who I thought was just cool and like, you know, really had my best interest, but really like just using my name, you know what I'm saying, to try to build up their shit, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't get more to like business, it got more like personal, because it's like you trying to figure out who I'm dating. It was a woman, you know what I'm saying, like who I'm dealing with as far as like my personal life. You know, you want to share your location with me, I'm just like, you married, like you on some weirdo shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I gotta kind of like step away from you, you know what I'm saying? So it's like once I stepped away from not dealing with this person, it was kind of like, well, now you really got people thinking that I was in a relationship with you by the way that you're acting, you know what I'm saying? Like slandering my name, trying to say I'm this, and I'm really not like that. I'm like, people really know me, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm helping everybody. So the shit that you're saying is not true, you know. So and the people that's siding with you, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like I'm glad I see it, because it's like I see who will switch sides, you know what I'm saying, like real quick. So it's just be careful with who you work with, be careful with who you're dealing with. So it's like now it's to a point, it's like I'm not going to collab with you or deal with you unless you have your shit up to where I got my shit, period. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't come to me and be like, oh, I'm trying to do this celebrity game, or I'm trying to do this, and like, can we be partners? It's like, no. If you haven't done this shit or like been able to like book nobody or fill the seats up, you know what I'm saying, as far as the games that you do, then no, like I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I most definitely can't build with nobody who can generate 25 or 30 people in their crowd and they're renting these big ass arenas and can't fill them up. It's like that don't make sense. You basically just like clout chasing at this point, trying to like do some shit, and it's just like it's not working. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, you got some type of anger or you trying to compete with other people, it's like, it's not going to work, especially if you don't love basketball. Like, if you don't love the game, it's like, why are you trying to put some shit together? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you being a rapper. If you don't love it, then how you going to go to where, you know what I'm saying, like you actually supposed to go or have people like support you if you don't love what you do?
People can tell when they see you in your art.
You think so, bro? Let's have this conversation. Yeah. So you think people can really feel like when you don't love something or had a passion for it?
Absolutely. Yeah. People can see right through you. Well, see, there's different types of people, and that's the thing.
Right.
Not everybody can see it.
Right.
It's just about like when people can sense genuineness. Right. They can sense when you're on that court or when you're in the studio, and they can sense if you're really in it. Right. And they can sense when you're not in it no more. And I feel like that's why a lot of artists fall off. Right. It's because when they got in it, they were hungry. Right. They wanted it. They loved it. They just wanted. They're in a bad situation, and they wanted it so bad. And they got in there and they put their life on track. And they really spoke with passion, and people loved it. But then later on, they get the money. I think it might be a similar thing with basketball. As you get the money, you're like, man, I got money. You know what I'm saying? So you start to lose the passion for it because you don't need to do it no more. Like you're like, I don't really have to go to practice because I got millions. I could just say never play basketball again. But when they first started, they had to go to practice because if they didn't, they would have never make it to the NBA. Especially in college, you can't miss practices. And then they're gonna hold that against you. So it's like you have to stay in line. But once you get it, and then people see it, you know. But also the results show. You know, like when you put an album out and you ain't really in it, and then it doesn't hit. The results are going to show. You know, people are going to see it through the results. If they didn't see it through like the video or from seeing you, because a lot of people aren't going to see it. They're just going to hear the music. They're going to hear like, I don't really feel this. They're not feeling it because you weren't. Your heart wasn't in it. And I feel like a lot of artists that happen to them, their heart wasn't in the creation. Music is a very creative process. It's an art, and just like basketball is an art. You know, people don't always see it the way, but like especially when there's people like Jordan playing and shit like that, there's an art, or Kobe. A lot of basketball players, there's art. They're just the greatest at the art, you know. But it's the same with music. It's an art, you know. And if your heart art comes from your heart,
Right.
your creativity. It comes from you. It's like like art is like the combination of your heart, your mind, your spirit, all together. And that's what creates art. And I feel like basketball is the same way, or any sport.
Right.
And if you don't have all those three things, then people can see it. You know, I feel like that's where greatness comes from.
And you think that goes along with the people that's actually putting these events together too as well. It's kind of like they're just trying to just do something, or like piggyback off somebody else, or like
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that. I feel as though, if people can't feel like the genuineness of like you actually doing it or like loving it, then you're not gonna get the support that you want to get. They go for anybody that's trying to put a rap event together, or like a celebrity basketball game or something like that. I feel that 10 times, you know what I'm saying? Because you just want to be there and you having fun, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of the event, but you never like looking at the person that's like putting it together.
Right.
So you never really like get to see like how genuine and passionate they are about it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't know nothing about rap, or like LL Cool J, or you know what I'm saying, like just the history of rap and like how it started and nothing like that. They just trying to just do some shit. And I feel as though like that's the same with basketball. It's like if you're not passionate about it, you ain't gonna get nobody to come to your shit whenever you do put something together. I feel that. I feel that.
If you are genuine and you come into a situation that's genuine, 100%, and you're dealing with somebody and they're not giving you 100% genuine back, and I'd be like, I can't fuck with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I came in, because some people, they get burnt because they come in with the ultimate, like they're really like, I really am real what I'm saying. Like I'm not bullshit. I don't have ulterior motives. Like what I'm saying is what I mean. And then you don't get it back and you get burnt. So it's like, that's why I started learning quick, where it's like, if I get into some shit and I sense that shit, I'd be like, all right, you know what? I'm good. Man, it's not about the money. We can. It's about the.
When I cut this motherfucker off, it was like I cut the devil off. It was like shit. I was just like, well, damn. You know, like this was your intentions the whole time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, damn. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not gonna create no war with you. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. I'm not doing none of that. You just finna see how successful I am without dealing like with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy, bro.
Success is the best revenge.
Most definitely.
In life.
Most definitely.
Because once you get a certain point in life, all that fighting, all that arguing, all that internet beef, all that shit, it don't really make money. Nah. If anything, it loses money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but when I show you my success, when I say, all right, cool, you go that way, I'll go this way, my success is gonna benefit me way more than anything. Because you know, sometimes those exact moments, especially on even a crazier scale, like be the moments that destroy people's lives and their careers. Right. Where they, you know, or even if you go to prison for a year, that's gonna affect shit. You know what I'm saying? You get out, like everything's different now. Right. So it's like, I feel like that's the best way to handle life. Yeah, you know, it's a mature.
I fuck with that. Oh, bye.
Yeah,
I like that. That's dope.
Yeah,
I'm glad we touched on that.
Nah, for sure. Yeah. No, I feel you. You know what I mean? I think that we all kind of go through shit like that. Yeah. I want to tell you the difference between a lot of people. Is some people will go through that shit over and over and over and over and over.
And never learn.
Yeah. And so it's like taking the L is a loss. We all see it as a loss. But I look at the L as a lesson.
Right.
If you look at it as an L as a lesson, like you lost some shit. Right. And because of that loss, you were forced to learn some shit.
Exactly.
If you're smart.
Right.
But some people just keep taking L's and it's like, dude, like they get robbed and they go out and do the same thing again and get robbed again. I'm like, didn't you think like maybe that's not a good idea?
You should have wore one chain less, bro, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. People just, I don't know. People.
You should have had a couple more people with you next time.
Yeah,
like,
at least, bro. You know something. But a lot of people, they don't learn, bro. They just don't learn. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not learning, then I mean, you just being an idiot at this point.
Exactly.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shit. Blame on me, whatever.
Yeah, shame on me.
It's
you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And that's real facts. I mean, I think it's okay. Like, we get a couple passes, but like, but after like 1 or 2, 3 times, it's like, bro, come on now. And I can't mess with people like that.
No.
If there's somebody who keeps doing the same shit over and over, I'm like, bro, like,
it's like, what you doing?
What you doing, bro?
Yeah, it's what you doing.
It's like when people use the word stagnant, like that person's so stagnant. Yeah. Sometimes that's what stagnant looks like.
Oh yeah.
It looks like they're just doing the same thing over and over and just losing over and over.
Learning.
And they're not elevating because they're not doing anything different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's not lack of trying. Right. Sometimes stagnation doesn't mean they're not trying. Right. They are trying. They're trying the wrong fucking way.
Yeah, no bullshit. It's like they trying the wrong way, thinking that it's gonna get them to the right way, and it's not working. Like,
it's not working.
You just working with the same people. The same, you working with the same people, but they're coming like different forms. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like why? Like why haven't you learned, bro? Like man, don't let nobody really play with you, bro. Because this a cold industry, bro. This industry is cold and it's small. And I feel like everybody know everybody, no matter if it's rapping or like basketball, like whatever it is. I feel like
it's all similar.
I feel like everybody know everybody in this industry, bro. So it's like you got to be careful.
For sure, no doubt. So one thing I do think is that like when you said that people will attract, you keep attracting the same people. Right. What I've come to learn about life is that you attract you.
Right.
You attract you.
Right.
So whatever you're doing is what you're gonna attract because it's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like the way to change that is to change you.
Exactly.
And once you change you, you will naturally attract different people. I don't understand the scientific spiritual reason to this, but this is literally how it works.
Most definitely, it's true.
What you put out there, you receive.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah,
and it's just in a literal sense. Like if you're always arguing, you're always talking about negative shit, then naturally other negative people, like if you're sitting there around a bunch of people and you're talking shit or I'm talking shit about some negative shit, naturally the other people in the room who like doing that will come up and be like, oh man, I know what you mean.
I know about Raquel. Yeah, that bitch ain't shit. Whatever. Whoop whoop. Right. Like, now y'all all buddy and friends. And what the crazy part about this Phlo is like they don't even like each other.
Right.
When they're talking shit about other people and like what somebody else got going on, it's just like, well, damn, bro, like, damn, D, do you really fuck with me, bro?
They don't.
And half the time, you really don't because
they walk away and they talk about you.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything that you said, they're gonna be like, oh, so and so said this shit.
Man, I seen Phlo, man. He was doing this. He was like, man, whatever, man. Shit, man, I don't fuck with him, bro. He can go out the door, cool, whatever, bro. It's crazy. They don't like each other, but they gonna form a little clique or a little group to bring somebody else down who they feel as though is like higher than them or like really trying to elevate themselves. Like that crab in the bucket mentality is just like, oh, I don't want to see Phlo go up. Let me pull his ass back down real quick and bring him back to reality. Like he can't have this fucking show. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do my own show, so let me just pull his ass out this bucket. You know what I'm saying? And just see how this shit gonna go. It's crazy.
Right. Or it'll be like this. They'll be sitting at the top of the bucket and they'll see you climb and be like, knock your crab
get your ass off.
Go back to the bottom.
Get your ass back off to the bottom, man. You don't need this shit. You don't need to set up these cameras. You don't need none of that shit. I'm about to knock this shit down.
But you know what's crazy about it though? Is that the motherfucker's crab is hanging on the top. He's hanging. He's not even out the bucket. He's still in the bucket. Just hanging. He's hanging, right? Yeah. So when he goes to smack you down, guess what happens? He loses his grip and he falls out.
Fall right back
because
off.
That's how it be. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So it's like that's why people don't realize if all the crabs were to all climb each other, like form a rope and hang on to the other one and help each other up, all the crabs will get out the fucking bucket.
Man, bro,
real facts.
It'll be a different vibe, bro. Most definitely be different. But I mean, shit. Not all in all, y'all can really help each other and do something. You put 5 people in this room, ain't no way we couldn't come up with something to make $1 million.
Exactly, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But
it's just that, and something we talked about before the podcast too is like the enviousness of it. Yeah. It's like even when people be in the same team, it'd be like somebody will get jealous of the other person. Like, why is people like that?
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's most definitely. Even some of my homies who I thought were homies, man, is just like we not even cool. It's kind of like, oh well, I'm Konfuzion Hoops and I am who I am. You see who I can get, or like, bro, if Michael Jackson was live, I'm sure I have a contact for him, bro. It's like it's not a person that I'm really not cool with or who I can't get as far as like a celebrity. So, I mean, the homies that be around me, if they like bring their girl around, now it's kind of like your girl is kind of like, oh well, he's really the one that got the shit that's going on. Like, let me kind of lean over here. So it's kind of like you losing homies because it's like your girl is kind of like drawn into like who I am and like what I got going on. So it's kind of like that's where the hating and like envy shit come in. It's like I've lost some homies, bro, and it's a lot of dudes out here, bro. It's kind of like that I've hooped with or like did some shit with, and like they introduced me to their girl, or like, you know, we all cool and shit. And it's kind of like the dudes start getting really envious of that shit. And it's kind of like, well, I don't know if they having conversations. Well, why you not doing what Konfuzion doing? Or like, why you haven't hit him up? You know what I'm saying? I see him on social media. He's going to do this game with Snoop Dogg or somebody. Like, why you ain't hit him up about an opportunity? So it's kind of like, oh, so you watching him? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with that? You know, like, why you watching him? Why you worried about what I got going on? So it's kind of like, Like, damn, bro. You know.
Yeah, see, I can't be like that, bro.
Crazy.
It's like if you're gonna be in a relationship with the girl, if you have to feel that way, you need to just get out of that relationship, bro. Like you gotta like have more like self respect, or like you gotta have more like you don't have no what's the word, confidence. You need more self confidence.
That's where that stagnant shit is come into place. Where you was just talking about you stagnant, you see your boy elevating. It's kind of like
insecure.
Like damn. This motherfucker. Now you mad at your own boy. Y'all been cool for years. It's like it's crazy, bro. It's
right.
crazy.
So the real facts is that they're not. It's nothing to do with you. It's them. Like we was talking about how like changing yourself. Like if you're going hard and you're putting 100% into what you do, and you believe that there's progression going on, nobody else can tell you shit.
You can't, bro. I mean, you really can't. I know you can't. If I was rapping, bro, like you, and I know you spent 3 hours in the studio doing your mixtape, you got your EP coming out and shit, bro. I know I'm doing the same shit. So it's really like, you really can't tell me nothing, bro. It's kind of like, well, shit, bro. I was in the studio too, bro. Like we both grinding, we getting it together. So it's kind of like, I support you. I fuck with what you got going on, but it's kind of like, I got my shit going on too. So it's like, I'm really not worried about you.
Exactly.
We were doing the same shit at the same time.
Right. So if you had a studio session that night and you just canceled because you ain't feel like going, man, you're like, I'm gonna get in the game, man. Fuck all that shit.
Right.
And then now that's the person who's like, man, fuck that song he was doing in the studio. Yeah. You see homeboys in the studio, listen to the song, man, fuck that song. Yeah. The only reason why you feel like that, now if you went to the studio, you would feel a whole different way,
bro. You wouldn't feel that way. If you was in the gym getting up 3,000 shots or 1,000 shots, bro, like me, you wouldn't feel that way, bro. I worked out before I got here to your show. It's kind of like, well, shit, I put the work in. You would not feel that way, bro. If I'm sitting up here and I got a homie that's in here and I'm bragging about the work that I put in and he's sitting up here looking at me sour, it's kind of like, well, you should have been doing the same shit that I was doing, bro. Like, now we can't be cool because it's kind of like you mad because it's like I'm elevating. Like,
it's a real problem, bro.
It's crazy.
I've experienced it a lot of times. You know, doing music, doing YouTube, just in general, bro. People got to change, bro. Yeah. But like, that's why one thing I like about this podcast is just empowering people, like to really just take responsibility.
Right.
Like I feel like a lot of people, that's a big thing. Like when we were a kid, people were like, gotta be responsible. Yeah. Like, man, shut the fuck up, that responsible. Like we didn't want to hear that shit. Like I don't know why it sounded offensive. Like responsible. You know what I'm saying? So once you get grown, it's like at some point in time you have to realize like they were saying some shit. They were saying you got to be. It's not about just responsibilities like pay your bills. Right. You know, it's about taking responsibility and being like, maybe I'm the reason that I'm so upset about other people, or maybe I'm the reason that I'm depressed because I ain't doing shit. Right. Like human beings like are built to like do shit, to go out and like work hard. Go like as a man, we're supposed to wake up and go fucking kill a deer with the spear. Right. You know what I'm saying? They come home and skin that bitch and cook it for dinner and like provide for the family. Right. You know, so now it's different. We go grind, work, whatever we do, get our money, and then we buy the food from HEB. Either way, if you're not doing that, that's what we are. Right. It's not like we just changed chemically. Right. DNA, we're still the same fucking thing. We just do it a different way. Yeah. So if you're not providing for yourself or your family, then you're not gonna feel it. You're gonna have that envy going on. But the motherfuckers who are providing, they don't feel that shit.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
So I think that's where it comes from. So it's like people just got to see it for that.
Yeah.
Like take responsibility.
Man, here go this motherfucker again, man. He ain't shit. I see you got your new chain on and shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But like, if you had a chain on, how could you even think that?
If you want one, bro, just work hard, go get you one, bro. That way, when I walk down the street with my little chain on, bro, or I'm riding my new bicycle or whatever it is I got, bro, you ain't hating.
Exactly.
You ain't.
That's
just the way of the world, bro.
That's it.
That's it.
And I feel like what we just said is some real gems, bro. Because I never really heard many people explain it that way. Yeah. Like, what is envy? Where does the source of it?
It just comes from people being stagnant, and that's the exact reason why people are envious of people is because people don't like to see people around them elevate unless they're not bringing them with them in some type of way. Or how can you help put me on? How can you help do this? It's just like you're stagnant. And you're a follower. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're envious of me, because I'm a leader. Personally, me, Konfuzion Hoops, I know you're a leader. You started your shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to take you're not afraid to fail, you know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
and I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm a natural born like leader. Like
Facts.
I
I
know
can
who
tell.
I am. I know what I have going on, you know what I'm saying? Like bro, I help everybody. If it's a celebrity game going on, bro, if I'm not playing in it, I help put it together in some type of way. I either got a call about, hey, can you reach out to 21 Savage? Can you reach out to Paige Her from Power, Micah Rainey, anybody, you know what I'm saying? They know I got the contacts to these people. So I know if it's a celebrity game, if I'm not playing in it, Konfuzion Hoops has something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm just a natural born leader, and like people don't like that. They say, well shit, he can start something on his own. And if he can be creative on his own, then cool. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats, they be trying to build up other people's shit.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, I'm on my own shit.
People get intimidated, bro.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Or your energy just bring a different presence to the room. And it's kind of like, you're going to, if I walk in the room, I demand respect. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I demand that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to respect me. You're going to respect Phlo. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you demand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I definitely felt that
people,
from you.
yeah,
No
a lot
doubt.
of people don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes from everything we just said
Yeah.
about self-respect
That's it.
and confidence
That's it.
and just moving forward
it.
nonstop.
Because if you start something on your own, any little thing on your own, if you just start something on your own, bro, you will have the confidence to do anything in the world. You can move the world in a certain type of way if you just start.
You should just start.
Just start.
And just keep going.
Just keep going.
And never let nobody tell you shit.
That's it.
That's it, bro.
That's it.
So let me ask you this. What was the hardest struggle that you went through in your life?
Losing my mother.
Your mother?
Yeah, I lost my mother. I lost my mother 3 years ago. Man, that was the hardest thing I had to deal with. I still struggle, you know what I mean, to this day. But I know, like, somebody, you know, is just really watching over me. You know, I'm like, her presence is really, like, it's, like, still here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, really just losing my mom, bro. That shit was tough, bro. It was tough.
How did she die? If you don't mind me asking.
She had a mass, man, that grew like in her brain, and that mass grew up to like 10 centimeters, and it was pushing up against her trachea. It was making it, you know, hard for her to breathe, hard to swallow, you know, just different things like that. And she could have had the surgery, but she was just too like far up in the age, you know what I'm saying, to actually have that type of surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think in 94, she had a tumor that was in her ear, and they ended up going in and like taking the tumor out. So she had this scar, you know what I'm saying, like that was on the side of her face and stuff like that. That was really deformed. But it wasn't really deformed, but it kind of like pushed her jaw to the side because of that tumor. And then she never, after that, she never went back to go get the checkups that she needed to see if anything else was growing or anything else had formed, like, you know what I'm saying, in her brain. So that's how she passed away. She didn't want the feeding tube because, I mean, my mom was stubborn as hell. She didn't want that. And, yeah, man, she ended up passing away. That shit was tough.
Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. It was tough.
Yeah, I had my mom pass away too. And when she died, I was 22. So yeah, from cancer as well. Yeah, I know the feeling, bro. It's hard every day. It's not one of them things that go away. You know, like, and I actually saw her die in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, I did too. I watched her take her last breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my brother and my sister, we were at her bedside, and man, that moment, I know for you, you'll never forget that last moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, with her, you know what I'm saying? You'll never forget her last breath, how she looked, what she had on, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will never forget that moment, bro. Like,
You never forget that.
Yeah. Never.
And for those people who don't know what the last breath is, it's pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's not what you think. It's not like the movies.
It's intense.
It's intense.
Most definitely.
It's intense.
Most definitely.
It almost like you could feel the spirit, the soul leaving.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But nah, I'm definitely sorry to hear that though.
Yeah,
But you know, it makes it over time, it creates the strength
Yeah.
Like it creates such a strength going through that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people experience that, like when their parents are super super old.
Right.
Like some people have that blessing,
Right.
but like the ones that don't, you know what I'm saying? Like we it creates a strength that nobody, like other people don't have.
Right.
You feel me? So I mean, I guess that's the blessing from it.
Right.
You feel me? Like, cause my mom died when she was 52. So you know she was young.
She haven't even really lived, man.
She hadn't even lived, bro. But but appreciate you sharing that story.
Oh
though.
yeah, most definitely.
No, I know it'd be hard.
Yeah, it was tough, man. My mom was, she was 75. So she was still, I mean, shit is still relatively young.
Right,
You know
facts.
what I'm saying? I mean, those are golden years. You know, you kick back on the couch, your grandkids are plucking your fucking nerve. You know what I mean? So she was still young. She was still moving around. She was still, you know, walking good. Everything, you know what I'm saying? And then it was just like, man, that shit hit like a ton of bricks. I was like damn. That was most definitely, bro. That shit was tough, bro. It was tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough.
So what do you see yourself doing, like outside of basketball?
Outside of basketball, man, really nothing. That's shit. That's pretty much all I know. It's kind of like
life.
It's kind of like you better take plan A and just make that shit work.
Well, in addition to, at least.
In addition to it, of course, I mean, shit, coaching. I mean, that's what I want to do.
Coaching.
When I'm done playing, I'm gonna go right into coaching, and probably middle school, maybe high school, but most definitely like really see myself like really like doing that, like player development, you know, helping guys, you know what I'm saying, become the best players that they can. And then teaching history, you know what I'm saying, on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Like I really like see myself doing that and like really just pouring what I've learned like back, you know what I'm saying? So it's really not all about like basketball, but I most definitely want to be like I'm doing what I'm doing now as far as like booking talent, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really good at like PR, like talent work as far as really, I wouldn't say like an A&R. I'm not an A&R, but you know what I'm saying? I can get you somebody that can come be a part of your event, you know what I'm saying? Because of who I've met just by playing basketball.
Right. That's a very valuable thing.
So it's like I know how to talk, I know the lingo, I know what to say, you know what I'm saying, to connect people to get them like in a right form of fashion. So it's kind of like I have my own business as far as like just booking talent.
Yeah,
you know
that's a good idea.
And I'm good at the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good at it. If you want somebody here that you feel like I gotta connect with or like contact with, it's like, hey, I seen you with Kendall Jenner or James Harden or somebody. Like, you think you get James on my show? Like 9 times out of 9, I probably can make this shit happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just based off of me having that connect with them.
I'll keep that in mind, and also for other people too. That's definitely a good way to make money
most
for sure for you.
definitely. Yeah,
no
most
doubt.
definitely.
Because people be asking about shit like that, so I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool. I'll hoop with them. You know what I'm saying? NFL players, you want NBA guys, you want baseball player. Like I mean, shit. I'm cool with Mookie Betts. You know what I'm saying? He plays for the Dodgers. He's one of the best players in the MLB, and like we're cool. Just based off of, you know what I'm saying? Me playing a Travis Scott softball game, I got cool with Mookie Betts.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So you mentioned that you would be a history teacher. Are you into history?
Yeah, most definitely.
So, what's your opinion on like what we learn in school in the history books? Do you feel like that's exactly like how things happened?
Most definitely. I mean, we had this talk earlier about, you know, just the conspiracies and things like that. I mean, the shit that I know now that I wish I knew back then, I'm just like, bro, I would be a whole different person. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's a lot of shit, man, that just in the books that we must learn, and it's kind of like, that's patented, and that's just what it is. Like,
right, we don't question
Columbus was here first, and it's just like, I don't believe that shit. You know what I mean? Or like, I mean, anything that go from like the Bible too, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, it's just been rewritten so many times. But I mean, the things as far as like just history alone, I'm just like, man, damn, it's like a lot of shit that I didn't know that. Like,
right.
It's crazy.
I mean, my personal opinion, I feel like, well, let me ask you this. Do you feel like there's a possibility that in the history there was a civilization that had advanced civilization with technology and stuff? Because we look at like the pyramids, we look at like all over the world, all these structures that were built that are so ancient that we don't even know how. We can't even explain to you how they were made. Do you think it's possible?
I mean, I believe, because if you look at the pyramid, it's the exact same thing. It looks like a motherboard of a computer. The pyramids in Giza, you know what I'm saying? So it looks exactly like a motherboard. So I believe then they had way more advanced technology then. And I believe it was destroyed in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Over time. Maybe the civilization or the things that extinct dinosaurs or something like that, you know what I'm saying, like could have just imploded all that. You know what I'm saying? Like you just really just never know. But just looking at the pyramid and looking at it, it's just like, damn, this shit look just like a motherboard. And it's like, how did they align these two pyramids together, you know what I'm saying, that align with like the sun? How did they get the sun to reflect light off these different things, you know what I'm saying? Like how did they get the hieroglyphs on the wall, you know what I'm saying, and all this shit is just like, I'm just like, man, it's different. Like when you think about it, it's like perfectly aligned with like
the Giza pyramids are perfectly aligned with Giza with the star Orion's belt. Like literally aligned with Orion's belt, like to like almost perfection. And it's only, I think it's off like a little tiny degree, and they say it's because things have shifted since. But like at that time it was perfectly aligned. How the fuck can you align with stars when you don't even have a telescope? You ain't got a satellite, you ain't got a rocket ship. How the fuck would you even know? It's like if I'm trying to align something with a star, I'm looking up like, I guess it's right. It's gonna be way the fuck off.
Right, because it's
like,
a billion miles away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see it, but it's like them stars are millions of miles away. Like, and it's that small. But I'm just like, man, like how did these ancient motherfuckers back then, you know what I'm saying?
Build
like,
that
how
shit.
did they build this shit and align it like that perfect? Yeah, I always think about that. I know TikTok, bro. I be on TikTok all night, and I'm just like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm on TikTok trying to figure out this shit, like. Even the shit with the Grand Canyon, you know what I'm saying?
The Egyptian shits.
I mean, they say it's a gateway to Africa. You know what I'm saying? You can go through the Grand Canyon and it'll take you straight to Africa in some type of way. And now they talk about most of it's really blocked off. You know what I'm saying? And you can't like go through certain parts of the Grand Canyon. And because of that, it's so many maybe giants and shit, or maybe living. I don't know if you believe in that, but it's just like, I do too as well.
I think it's very possible.
Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? And from the shit that I've seen, I'm just like, man.
I mean, it's in the Bible. You know, if it like for these Christians, like I believe in the Bible, but I'm not a Christian, but like I'm more of a spiritual. But you know, for all the Christians or Bible readers, like if you're gonna believe in that, then who the hell is Goliath?
Right.
Was he just a tall guy? Like they described him as a giant.
Most definitely.
You believe in the Bible word for word, so clearly you should believe in giants, right? I mean, more or less, or that they existed.
I mean, I've seen that these guys that's come up missing. You know what I'm saying? I pray to God they don't come looking for us type shit.
The dude who was on that mountain, though.
He was on that mountain, man. He seen a fucking giant up there, man, and he said, man, he hadn't been
gone.
Yeah, he gone. They can't find him.
Can't find shit.
He had the footage of it, and I was just like, well, damn.
The shit's gone. The footage.
Even the shit in Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? With the what is it? The lake or the sea? What is
Dead Sea?
Is it the Dead Sea?
I'm not sure, but
I know it's not the Bering. It's the one. It's the one in Jerusalem, of course, where Jesus' tomb was. But in the Bible, it says that it would dry up. And now it's certain parts.
Oh yeah, it's drying up.
It's drying up. You know what I'm saying? Like it says this shit in the Bible, and I'm just like, well, damn. You know, like, are we living in a time so where it's just like
end of the world?
Is Jesus on the way? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I used to think about that so much about the end of the world. It's depressing, but there is a lot of signs out there that can make you think it's possible.
Yeah, most definitely.
So that's why I say, like, I don't know if we could ever prepare for it if it were to happen. That's why I say we just gotta live our life and be happy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I do think it's important to still explore like the truth though, so we can really understand like history, because whatever happened before may happen again. And if we don't know the true history, then we'll never be able to prepare for it. So one of the theories that I heard about is called the Younger Dryas impact theory. They think it's possible that like about 10,000 to 12,000 years ago, an asteroid hit, because at that time we were in the ice age. And at this is back when humans, we don't really have a lot of history on humans back then, like written history. So we don't really know what happened. We know we have the structures, but we're trying to figure out where'd they come from, because Egyptians building the pyramids, they didn't have a car. They rode horses. I'm like, you rode a horse, but you built a pyramid. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, it's hard to believe that they even built the pyramids. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say that they found the pyramids, for example.
Right.
They were built by somebody else. So a comet hit the North Pole area, and there was so much ice covering it. Like even part of Europe was covered in ice back then. So Africa and those areas were like only places where people really lived.
Right.
They were in Europe, like Southern Europe, but a lot of it was covered in ice. So if this comet hit the ice cap, it melted the water. So we're talking about millions and millions and millions of gallons of water, or however much water, like just melting, like from ice to water.
Right.
So we see these Noah's Ark, all these flood stories that exist in so many cultures and so many religions.
Right.
So it's possible that that's what it caused. It caused a flood, and everybody has a story about it because it was worldwide.
Right.
We're talking about like a large portion of ice melting and just covering Earth and just covering everything. You know what I'm saying? So like whatever was there is now gone. Like for example, a house like this,
Right.
if we were to get hit where like water is moving at like 500, 1,000 miles per hour,
we're crushed.
it's gone. This house is gone.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know it was here.
Right.
And then like if the foundation would get covered up, and later on they find it, and they'd be like, "Oh, the foundation's not here. Like we haven't found it everywhere. Like we don't know where these cities were. Maybe they weren't everywhere, but there were cities. So, and Egypt was one, and you know all these pyramids we find like they may have been advanced, like had technology, had electricity, but maybe they had a different technology. Because we always look at technology as like what we do, like we do engines with gas. Maybe they did engines with water. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I seen one. This guy made a high powered water engine,
right, exactly,
and didn't need any gasoline or anything like that.
Right, and it worked.
It worked. He had the buckets of water in the car, and they pulled up on him. And
Where'd he go?
You got to get this shit. You got to get this off the street. You know, like you can't make this. You know?
There's been multiple people create that car and disappear over the last like 20, 30 years.
Most definitely.
So it's like there's some kind of hiding of knowledge. They don't want us to know something. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about that plane, man, that went in the air in Indonesia?
And never found it.
Returned.
I mean, there was so many stories when I was a kid. Like everyone was always talking about Bermuda Triangle, right? The planes would fly with Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, know about that one.
I'm sure you have. It's like, but we don't hear about it no more.
Right.
What did it did disappear one day? Like, oh, it's over. Phenomenon over.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I think that situations like that, I think that is more like someone was on that plane who needed to die.
Yeah.
Government type shit. Like I forget what you said. It was Indonesia, or maybe someone was fucking around with Indonesia and they needed that plane to be gone.
Yeah.
Some kind of government type official needed to be. That's just a guess, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, how can you just lose a plane?
Right.
No.
It's impossible.
No track, no form. You know, like nothing of this plane. You know, what I mean, it's 100 satellites. I mean, them people sitting in the satellites.
Right. You know.
You could talk to. I mean, all day and night. But
if it just disappeared, just like
gone.
that,
it's gone. And you don't know where it's at.
I mean, me personally, I have so many different ways I can look at this type of stuff. Yeah. Like there's so many angles to take from it because, like, I don't know, I have like an open mind.
Right.
Like it could have went to another dimension.
Right.
It could have an alien ship could have somehow snatched it up. Like
From
who
what
knows?
I heard, it's in Dragon Island. Somebody sent it to. Is it Dragon Island or one of those islands or something like that? That's off the coast. That, it's like I wouldn't say like an army base or like a naval base or something like that, where it's very, very secluded. You can't even go there.
Dragging out. I have to look through that.
Yeah, you can't even like go there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how true that is, but anything like that. But I mean, I've never heard of. I mean, I've been on a million flights, and it's like I've never heard of no shit like that, like ever. It's just like a plane
just disappearing,
just gone.
I mean, just like I said, it used to happen all the time to the Bermuda Triangle, and it's like, and they never explained it. They're never like, we found it. So I'm like, where the fuck did it go? Right. Like, there's definitely something weird going on. And sometimes, you want to know what I really think when I hear shit like this? I start thinking, we in a simulation, bro.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
Like, is this even real?
Like, we just
on repeat.
We just on repeat. The days are going by fast. The months are moving. The days are just like zooming, bro. You wake up, it's like, we're in the
zooming,
next day.
Bro.
We're in the next day. My question for you is, do you ever think anybody's been in space?
That's a good question. I mean, I used to never question that. Right. But yeah, of course. But when I start seeing like all this, like, for example, the moon, they said they went to the moon, but they don't have any of the original footage.
Right.
Like, shit like that just blows my mind. Yeah. Like, it fucks my childhood up. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned about space, but why would you lie about that shit?
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, damn, I'm trying to see Neil Armstrong really be on the moon. The
Exactly.
first person that, you know what I'm saying, that's landed. He was the first person that landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Armstrong. So it's kind of like
first step on for mankind. And it's like, my thing is like, you would think you would want to see like them compile all the footage together and put a movie out and be like, here's all the
shit that we need, but it's
they don't have it.
From what I know, it was set up in the studio and rats were coming across the screen and shit.
And that's my thing. Whenever they show those satellites in space, you always see these videos and they'll be like, I'm walking in space.
Yeah.
And you see like a rat run across the ship.
It's just like, what the
it's
fuck?
like, bitch. And it's like, who the fuck shot it? You're the first one to jump on the moon, right? They didn't have drones back then now. Who the fuck was shooting you? Obviously, they were the first one.
I mean, and that goes, bro, while we having this convo, it's just like, if nobody's been to the moon, bro, you can't break that fucking firmament.
Right.
That's up there, you know what I'm saying, that God created too as well, bro. I don't think you can just take a fucking rocket ship, bro, and just go through the firmament, bro, and like break it. You know what I'm saying? So
it seems
goes
possible.
Back to the things that when you said about the asteroid hitting and the water break. So do you believe it's water? Do you believe it's water above us that's in the sky? And that sky we're looking at is blue. Do you think that's water above the firmament? If you break that firmament,
would water come in?
Will water actually shoot down from Earth? You know,
that would be crazy if that's a real true story. The asteroid came through and nobody saw it, and it was just leaking.
And it's billions of gallons.
Billions of gallons just pouring into it, and then finally it closed. Like something was big enough to close it, to block it off. Right. Bro, I never thought of that shit.
Ozone or whatever the fuck that covers the whatever. Yeah, I'm on some crazy shit.
No, you just brought some shit up.
Stay with me now. I'm like Ocho now. Stay with me. I'm like Ocho Cinco. Stay with me.
Okay.
I don't see nothing breaking that firmament, bro. Like nothing. I don't think nothing can tear through that. You know what I'm saying? It's so heavily protected and guarded. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, did that happen during the Ice Age or whatever? You know what I'm saying? To a point to where it's just like the asteroid hit and it broke, and it actually broke the firmament. Broke the firmament. That's the only thing that's coming from up above it and like hitting it. You know what I'm saying? And like all these gallons of water just wipe out mankind. And
that's Noah's Ark and all these stories we hear. Exactly. It came from that. That dog. You really said something right there.
Come on, man. I'm on something. My boy. I got something, bro. My boy. Yeah. So yeah, you might want to ask yourself, I mean, has anyone ever even been in the space or out of space, bro?
I mean, I never would have thought about it till I started looking at the moon shit. Because I understand why they would lie. We were on a race with Russia to get to the moon. Right. We were trying to be the world leader and stuff. So I understand why you would lie. But then when you realize they did lie, you're like, but what if you just couldn't go?
Right. You know
what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, you never went back.
Right.
You went. Miracle, you went, but why the fuck? If you never went back, then if you never went and you never went back, then can you go?
My thing is, you get there is how the fuck do you get back?
Because they have these little ass ships. It's like the size of this room. It looks like that flew all the way back. Yeah. Like you needed a big ass rocket to fly there, but you need a little rocket to fly back.
Yeah.
Like what? And how long did it take? Like it must have took way longer to fly back. So it's like, because you were dropping shit off, you know, when you see them launch off, they're dropping shit off.
So
did you get it back? You ain't get it back?
Yeah.
So how'd you fly back?
Did you get the same rocket to come back at the same amount of time, same speed, you're breaking the sound barrier, the speed of life, all of this shit. Did you get the same type of shit? Because if I'm going one way, that's like me getting in the car with you, bro. And it's like, we're going one way and it's like, we're coming back a whole nother different way. I'm like, well, damn, D-Phlo, we didn't go like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was in a Bentley riding here, and now we riding back in the 72 deuce in the quarter. Like, this shit don't make sense. I'm cool with it, but it's just like,
make it make sense.
I want to go back at the same speed that we came. I want the same comfortability. I want the
feel
same
safe.
Yeah, I'm safe, bro. We just drove to fucking Denver. I want to feel the exact same way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in the 72 dudes, bro. Like, why we can't get back in the Bentley?
Right. It's like taking a private jet to Vegas and then coming back on Spirit.
That's it. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Like, who does that?
I'm cool, but I mean, shit, if I can get back an hour ahead of time, like, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I don't think nothing's ever broke the firmament, bro. I'm gonna just keep it above.
I mean, I can't agree or disagree. I think that it makes sense. And I've questioned it a lot of times. And I actually have a friend coming on here from NASA. One of my friends I grew up with. He works for NASA. He has a good, high position. And I'm gonna ask him these questions. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna be like, tell me let me hear your explanation. Yeah. I want to hear like how you know. Like, tell me how you know for sure.
I bet you $10. He's gonna be like, I can't explain it.
Yeah.
Or I can't get into that topic because I work for NASA. I'm not allowed to leak that type of information or anything like that. It's
I wouldn't be surprised. It's confidential.
Watch. You're going to cash out me 10. You're going to cash out me 10.
I believe it, yo. I'm glad we touched that topic.
No, for sure. That was dope.
So, if you could say something to the kids that you feel like you needed to hear growing up, what would you say?
Have fun. Have fun. Live your life. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be nobody else. Just be yourself. Be who you are. Hang around the right people. And control what you can control. Don't grow up so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to grow up so fast and just try to figure out life so fast. You know what I'm saying? The fun part about life is actually figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to just go out and look at somebody else's life and feel like you have to rush to go be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, be who you are. Be kind. Be respectful. Love your parents. If you have both parents, that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So just be who you are, you know what I'm saying? And just love and have fun. Like, really, most definitely, the most important thing about what I just said is have fun.
Facts. Yeah. I like that response, no doubt. So before we get out of here, go ahead and tell them where they can follow you at and where they can find you.
So Konfuzion Hoops. Follow me on Instagram, KONFUZION_Hoops. KONFUZION_Hoops. Follow me on the gram. It's Adrian Mack on Facebook. I'm not really on Facebook, but I'll be on there. That's messy shit. But really, just hit me on the gram. Send me a message. I'll try to respond to everybody that's positive. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Hollywood, so yeah, just hit me on the gram.
Facts. Yeah. No, I feel like we definitely had a good discussion. Man, like, this is one of my favorite ones, bro, because it was like it was more of like a conversation. Yeah. Like, we really chopped it up. But hell yeah, I appreciate it.
You know I got you, bro.
Yeah, you already know.
I got you, my boy. That shit was dope. But yeah, that firmament shit, bro. You never thought of it like that?
Nah, bro. You open my mind to something, bro. I'm gonna clip that motherfucker. You already know. Oh yeah.
Clip that one.
Definitely clipping that one.
You gotta be like, man, shit. Yeah, me and my boy, bro. Like,
came up with a new theory.
Yeah.
Like that's a legitimate theory. Like, a legitimate thing to think about. Yeah. Like, what if that's how it caused a flood? Because since we don't have proof, like, we don't have video evidence, like, it could have happened. Like, these are ancient people. If the shit was pouring from the sky and they didn't see it, like, maybe they weren't living near there.
With Noah's Ark, did it rise from the bottom? How the fuck could all this water
just come? Where'd it come from?
Bro, I think the clouds just hold certain amounts of that water and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It can't rain more water than exists on Earth. It's only gonna the water goes from the Earth to the sky to the Earth. Right. Where'd the extra water come from? Yeah. It doesn't just appear there. Yeah. So you definitely, for all the viewers, think about that shit.
Yeah, think about that. That's gonna be the question. You got to put that shit on there. Just be like, do you really believe that you can break the firmament?
Yeah.
I don't think it's...
And maybe it was broken, and because, like, if we're gonna look at it in like a God spiritual perspective, maybe he built it to not break, and it did. Yeah. Nothing's perfect. And then he was like, so he fixed it. I
don't think it's built to where you can leave Earth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel as though this may get a little deeper, but it's kind of like, why you think we go through all these different shits, these different changes and anything like that? It's meant for you to like actually like stay here and like live through that shit. Because if we can leave and Saturn had water and all the minerals and shit that we need, the soils, the this and that, if we can find a way to get there, bro, we gone. Just to get rid of the bullshit. If we can build a crib there and like 80-degree weather, we may get a little rain and shit. If we can deal with the same type of weather and same type of climate control and shit that we have here, if I can find a way to get to Saturn and it has the same shit as Earth, I'm gone. I ain't got to deal with you motherfuckers.
Well, you have a point, and I'm ending off on two ways it could be. Number one, we're in a fucking prison.
True.
We're in a prison, and that's why we're here. Right. We can't get out.
Can't.
And we have to, and we don't prove ourselves by escaping. We prove ourselves by being a good person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Or maybe this is hell.
Hell on earth.
Because I'm gonna say, when you picture hell, like people just doing whatever they want and all that shit, and just like, isn't that
just cooking? Motherfucker, damn, my boy over there, he just cooking. Like, fuck. I mean, it's
maybe that's why we're in this firmament. We're in hell.
It's the truth, bro. I don't see. I mean, yeah. I've always asked myself, I was like, man, could the firmament break? I'm just like, I don't see. I used to be like, oh, that's cool. Like, I see this rocket going into the sky. It's like, oh, that shit's dope.
They go like this.
It's just oval. Either that.
Why don't they go like this? They always go.
Either that or fucking hit that motherfucker, man. Or may attempt to hit it. I think Elon Musk or somebody is trying to build some shit. Either him or like Jeff Bezos or one of the motherfuckers is trying to build some shit to actually like break it. And they've been building this motherfucker to like break the firmament. It's not happening.
Well, they need to chill, because if it's there for a reason.
Oh, yeah,
and I have a feeling that when you break it, we're gonna regret that shit.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. It's gonna be hell. Either that, it's kind of like, it's kind of like God up there chilling, my boy.
Right.
Don't wake that dude up.
Right. Don't make him turn on us. And like, Noah's Ark Part 2.
Don't do that.
We don't know how to survive that now.
Nah. Fuck that shit. Because that shit is raining down. I mean.
You can't stop that.
Can't stop that.
It's too much like pressure coming down. Like everything you put near us, they get dropped to the ground. Like it's coming from so high up.
It's
the
like most powerful element known. It can flood here, bro, and we're cooked, bro.
We're done.
We're done.
We're not gonna build a react fast enough. Even if planes can only go up so high for so long, and you run out of gas, like there's nothing you can do.
We're done. We're cooked.
Facts. I ain't gonna lie. I would definitely like to bring you back on the show. No doubt about it.
I'm there.
Facts.
I'm here, bro.
We'll see you on the next episode.
Yes, sir.
It's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time